morning, everyone. I'm Oracle Unicorn, and welcome to Shaman Messages. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Put some things in your back pocket. You know you might need it for later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And welcome back, all my subscribers. And I'm just going to do a collective reading. And more than likely next week I'll be doing the Zodiacs. So don't forget to follow me on my Facebook page, Oracle Unicorn, hashtag Oracle Unicorn. All right, now, let's see. Okay. What messages do we have for our collective? I would say an unexpected surprise. Okay, a lot of you are feeling the energy of this, to be personally honest, because it says you are gifted and you're letting go the access stress of other people and possibly thoughts about what they would think about this. I would say union, but it says here to trust in this, trying something new and expecting the best and trusting in the best possible outcome in this. And definitely yes, it's a strong yes. You are seeing the solution and what you would love to do, what you do love to do, and believe in yourself. See yourself doing well, you will do well in this, especially with being led by the heart. We do have an energy of communicating with the heart because the heart is blue, but also it's like, well, it is communication with the heart because it does have a quotation thing, or that's not quotation, but a speaking circle thing, and the heart is blue. Okay, so that to me is like, speaking with your heart, knowing what you love, knowing what you want to go for, releasing your energy of love, allowing yourself to speak with and from your heart, and speaking out with the world and your soul, what you love, what you want to draw in, and seeing the solutions also in like unsticking yourself from a specific situation, because this is centering, this is grounding, centering, like unsticking yourself. That's what Adelita Bond, I remember her name, good job, Adelita Bond. That's what she said, because she was the first one I started watching the Brian Brown deck with her. And it was just a fake group. I didn't even know who really Brian Brown was. I was just like, I just liked the cards and they were fake cards. And I was like, hey, those are cool. I want those. And they were $20. So it was easy. It was like, and she taught me a lot about these meanings that she got from them that like aren't even in the book. And she said this one's like unsticking yourself because you can see he's like pulling his feet up. It's really cool. He's like pulling his feet up. So these are that's like my favorite. I can't believe I remembered Adelina Bond. She was really sick though with lupus. Pretty sure that's what it was. I haven't seen her in a long time, in a while. Her channel is Mana. Yeah. She was pretty cool. It was weird. I was like in Newport Richie hanging out with people at Bula. Yeah, Bula. And I like had these cards, and this chick, like, she was like, "Oh, I want a little reading," and I was like, "Okay, cool," you know. And she got me a kombucha. She bought me a kombucha because they were like $5 there. So I asked for a kombucha, and then like I went ahead and gave her a reading with these cards, and it was weird because I started actually giving her a reading without the cards at first, and it was my first time doing that, like how I do here sometimes, and she knew Adelina Bond. And she was talking about how like YouTube readers and stuff like that. And she was talking about her favorite was Adelina Bond. I was like, oh my gosh, I know her too. She's amazing. I watch her. Oh, I watched every video she did. Oh my gosh, she was so cool. I loved her. So yeah, I thought it was weird that I ended up meeting someone and doing card reading with her with the cards that Adelina Bond does, because that's why we came up. And yeah, that was so cool. So I feel like there's like an unsticking yourself, like a connection, like being real and in your centering of your spiritual self, and being curious in the gifts inside of you on a different perspective, okay? Which is what's going to trigger a lot of it's going to trigger a lot of sensitivity, but it's also going to give you a lot of balance, and it's more of a mental balance than it really is an emotional balance. Really, the emotional balance comes from being able to like allow yourself to express when you need to express and not suppress, understand when you are suppressing, how you're suppressing, and then to find a healthier outlet for the emotional balance. Because when you suppress and you try to just get over something, you know, kind of whitewashing, y'all, sweeping it under the rug, that whitewashing will not give you emotional balance. If anything, it gives you more of emotional block, which puts blocks on those gifts, because you need that sensitivity and that emotional awareness to be able to really connect with these gifts, because it really comes from that type of level. You follow it from a heartfelt level. And if your heart chakra is blocked, well, you're kind of only running from logic at that point, and then it's obviously not balanced. So that's where a lot of the cycles comes in, and trying to like let you know, hey, you know, this is a cycle. Like, obviously there's something blocked here. There's wanting something to be opened because you keep going the same cycle here. So that's where I feel this is. And that's why there's like this curiosity in a specific project, possibly with yourself, when it comes to, I feel a lot of you are really releasing yourselves. You went through liberation, okay? And you're trying a lot of new things with yourself. I feel like you're in the process of refinding yourself, you know? Before that, you were felt like, or felt you had to be in a specific way, a specific persona, because you thought this specific road was the fulfilling road, and then you're seeing a bit differently, but you like certain aspects of that road, which is why you went down that road in the first place, okay? Yes, right. That is part of you, but the extra additives isn't. Allowing yourself to be able to release certain these things, because I wonder if that's why, if you don't specifically have someone that you trust that you can express certain things with, why like the mirror aspect thing works, because it feels like, in a way, with your own energy kind of reflecting back upon you, adding more energy in a way through a dynamic, through the veil, in a sense, also it having a form on the other side of the veil of its own veil, in a sense. And so it's like feeling like you have another person there, but then it touches on kind of interesting levels of kind of, I feel a little bit of like schizophrenia in a way, or a multiple personality type of thing. So that gets a little weird. Which is why usually having a really good friend is a good idea. Especially, it's hard though, because it's hard to find specific people that can kind of calculate things at a specific level that you're like, okay, yeah, you're totally getting where my mind process is going, because it's like, yeah, we want to do that with ourselves. We have to do it with ourselves, but also we want to be able to do this with someone else and then be willing to be able to put the work into someone else's, I want to say the sensors, however you say that, going through their own brain because of certain things that they may be able to bring to an attention or an awareness of. But it's hard to find your own specific level. So I feel like that's this curiosity thing going on with you, and also seeing people in a different way. Like, the way you communicate is going to be different now. The way it's everything, the way you do it is going to be different now. And it's honestly helping you to see more of a solution in your emotional balance than it did before. Okay. I feel like that's also where this sudden shock is coming from. But at the same time, there's a lot of unexpected unions going on. And we do have behind that worth waiting for, and walk it off. And you have a special bond with a grandparent that can never be broken. Okay. And decide. And what is truly for you, deciding what is truly for you. And it's time to clearly make a decision about what you really want from your heart, instead of sleeping on it, instead of it being like, well, what is like the best result and solution type of thing. What do you really want to move forward and put action towards, even if you have to wait? And it's worth opening up these gifts. So I feel like you're trying a lot of things new, taking your time through it, through a lot of this curiosity you have, especially within yourself. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of liberation that happened in a lot of people, and it's bringing them to a level of nurturing the fertility, the fertility aspect of the child within themselves that they may feel was in a way abandoned or left behind or abused. That could either be emotional, physical, or mental. So however that, kind of triggers in you, that's what's really going to end up kind of coming out. And having a lot of curiosity about, possibly learning and discernment about this stuff. But also, this is like a 180 change. I mean, well, yeah, when you're centering yourself, you're grounding, you're kind of having a complete illumination of a lot of things. You're changing all of your directions and things. You're completely 180, doing everything different because you just see everything differently. It's not, this is different because you're not trying to do everything different to get a different result. You're understanding how to be able to get a different result, seeing the solution. You're understanding how to be able to get the different result, and then being able to know how to be able to put those baby steps into creating that result, that specific result, because you're seeing the line. I feel this is exactly why you are very stubborn in certain areas, because of the fact that you believe in what you can create. Even if you have doubt, for some reason, it's like it's not in your capability to actually do, no matter how much you want to. You'll feel like you procrastinate, but you actually really don't procrastinate. You're thinking things thoroughly through with every possibility, which is why I feel it made it hard for you to get a lot of advice or specific advice in certain areas from other people, because it just did not resonate with you when you thought it would. I don't know what the heck all that came from, but yeah, there's this achieving the impossible, a new gateway opening. Yeah, okay, I can see that, especially when you are really having a new painted picture of your whole life scenario and everything like that, and you just kind of understand. I mean, you're going to know when you understand, because everything you just kind of, I mean, I've went through this a few times. You literally sit there and go, Well, shit, I guess that wasn't a mistake. I mean, like, you just sit there and go, it's like, well, I guess I did that for a reason. I had no clue. You literally look at all your actions like, holy cow, I was following the plan the whole freaking time. You no longer have doubt about yourself because you see. Okay, this is the complete different way of seeing or seeking to seeing, like really seeing within yourself, your whole self layout. That's how you really see. And it's easy. I mean, it's not that hard. Some people actually naturally do it because maybe there's certain functions that doesn't allow them to actually have the full-blown seeing, which is why it's harder for us to do the simpler tasks or simpler things or simpler supposedly things we're supposed to be able to do, and we really have no patience to deal with it whatsoever, because to us it seems like, what's the point? I'm not going to get anywhere. I can see how that's a complete circle of misery that I'm going to be causing myself instead of going through misery to achieve something that's worth going through it. Yeah. Yeah, that right there. Okay. So I really feel that a lot of this clarifies what you're going through new. You're really being able to come out of not being able to make a decision. You're going to be very decisive, very more, or very more, I know, I'm weird. Okay. More aware of what you would want in a decision, whether you feel the other person wants the other decision or not. You know, you'll just make a compromise, but you are understanding it's okay to speak up for what you actually want and then go into a compromise. You don't have to sit there and be quiet and just automatically go into a compromise and then feeling as if you're never heard because you never allowed yourself to be heard, or you're dealing with someone that don't allow you to be heard. But at the same time, that's why they call it a karmic dynamic. Not that it's a karmic, I mean, they could have some qualities and habits that make them more in the energy of a karmic, but it's more of a karmic dynamic you have with that person along with them having it with you. You're karmic to that person too. Y'all's dynamic is karmic dynamic. You're learning things from each other. You're learning exactly what maybe you actually don't want a part of yourself, but to be aware, because you have every quality to be able to do that or have done that, and you're being shown what you do. I mean, I mean, it's like a kick in the balls, really, because it's just like some of these things you're like, wow, okay, huh? I can see how I would do that, or how I would be that way if I didn't have this done to me, in a sense, and be aware of it more, because certain things take more cycles to make that person become more aware of it, and it makes it the bigger lesson. It actually goes along with the lines of a specific magical item that you constantly use and putting more energy into it. And that's the same perspective, and putting more energy into it and making it, in a sense, more powerful. It just has more energy. It's worked with. That's what I was telling my son with the necklace. I was like, you know, you can wear it when you go journeying and it has journeying energy. You know, a lot of my necklaces have a lot of journeying energy, probably a bunch of different adventures, you know, and it just gives it more energy because you're going through that energy and experiences and memories with that. And those items soak a lot of that experience itself in, especially with everything. If you come from a feeling and like a sense of a belief that everything is alive, like this is even alive because it's made out of atoms, everything's alive. It's all alive. I mean, it looks like an inanimate object, but there's still little molecule, whatever, little things like shaking very, very close together, but they're shaking and that they're alive. So it's like thinking of it at that perspective, that those rosaries or necklaces or stones, even that, those stones are even alive. And it's almost like that, it can have its own energy. A toy has an energy to it, especially with the way it is. This would have its own energy to it, even though maybe even if I didn't put any candle wax on it, like just admiring it and loving it for what it is. It's a male unicorn. Like, how often do you see a male unicorn? Like, and it was awesome. And then the feminine was right there with them. So I had to. I had $2. Yeah, come on. And so it's one of those things. It has its masculine energy just because of the way it's made. It's a feminine energy because of the way it's made. Everything has this. So if I were to put those in a Wayfarer's bag, they would have journey energy because they were with me. They were journeying with me. So I feel that's a lot of what is coming into practicing the skillship and inner transformation with these higher energy of self-awareness, okay? Higher energy of self-awareness and practicing the skillmanship practice in the understanding of the transformation that's happening within yourself and your mind. And it's an irreversible change. You can't just unknow something. That's the whole thing when it comes to, in a general sense, like magic. Like you can't walk away because you, in a way, for certain things, when it comes to wisdom and knowledge, it's hard to not know. You can't not know something when it shows you its own true reality and face and how it plays into what you even have a resonance with your heart with. I mean, that's why I really love Hotel California. I mean, you can come and leave this kind of understanding all you want, but at the same time, you can't unknow certain things, especially with certain things that resonates with your heart. And that is also with any dynamic when it comes to love or karmic-like dynamics, okay? You can't unknow something, and that's this practice that's happening. That's why it's a fire that's lit. Once it's lit, once you're illuminated, you would just suppress yourself to illuminate yourself. You can't hide from your own illumination. You can try, but you'll fall into deep depression, to be personally honest. That's even in a book. Michael Harner, The Way of the Shaman. If it says in there that like shamans that don't answer their call fall into like usually a heavy, deep depression and end up like either dying from a disease or because of not answering that call, like choosing not to. And usually it kind of surmounts out to death. It's either answer the call or die. And I thought that was very weird. But see, I didn't read that or see that until after I was initiated by the spirits as a shaman. That's when I actually changed. After that happened, that's when I changed my name on my Facebook to Shaman. And it was interesting because Sylvain ended up getting reported and someone reported my name, and that's why I also had to change it. But it was weird because it didn't happen until after I went through that ritual and I was proclaimed by the spirits. I actually, before that happened, there was a cutting of ties emotionally between me and someone else. And through this ritual, I was given a rose. One of the roses I actually ended up snapping in half with my teeth to cut the tie. And then the other rose was like a gift given to me, I feel, out of the aspects of everything that was going on. And it actually went through a burial. I put it in a bag. The rose went through a kind of a death and rebirth burial as I was going through my first kind of aspects of digging in deeper, going through certain deathing and transitioning aspects within yourself, and believing in yourself, and listening to your heart, and being able to see the solutions and directions, and going towards what your heart really resonates with. And then you come into trusting it, because I can't count how many times I've actually second guessed myself, this higher aspect of yourself, and thought, well, maybe I should get a job. Maybe I should do this juggling thing. But then I always know, I always fall into an of losing it, going through worse, going through more stress, going through more. Nope. I was like, you know what? This is just me. This is it. This is how I am. And this is cool because we have the higher self, and there's this, okay, this clarity and truth right here. You have this clarity and truth right here, and this kind of like this self-deceit. But I feel this is the illusion. This is the realization of this illusion, that this was this mask that naturally a lot of people wear, you know? And then like this higher self going through this healing, this revealing within oneself, and the here and now, and the joy in like saying yes to that's funny. The movie Yes Man was so cool. It's kind of like saying yes to life, but you're doing it with healthy boundaries. In that movie, no one had healthy boundaries, and they just said yes to everything, and it created it kind of supposedly followed out, and everything played into place over that. I guess that's in a way of kind of flowing with things. I can understand, but at the same time, it's, if you take it at face value, which is usually what kind of initially happens when you watch a movie, it just seems like it seems like it's kind of you giving your power away a lot. But that's why it's like always listen to your intuition on a lot of these things, you know. In your own truths, your own sense of higher self, gut feeling, your intuition, the joy in the here and now, and feeling, being able to feel and be open, and feeling the emotional and what you love, and being able to see the solution and all of that. What a very 180 turn than yesterday's reading. It's very weird. Okay. So there is an unexpected like surprise that's going to happen here. And I feel like this is also the heart-to-heart kind of expressions from someone's heart about difficulties and control, I feel. And the craftsmanship in bringing oneself out of that, but being able to, or want to be able to kind of go into this, I would say, with being with the full Ouroboros, okay? Because I feel they see this person have an Ouroboros in a sense within their own reality, and they want to. That's why I saw earlier when I was talking about the last topic, there was the Ace of Cups energy. While I was doing these, it was the Ace of Cups energy after that, and the natural law of things, and also an expression of certain malice, cruelty, gossip. But there was like a certain amount, it triggered healing, understanding of healing. So I feel there's no real animosity here. You really did not get the karmic energy cards here, which is good. That's interesting. The karmic energy cards are really not here. There is a worry of gossip, but I feel as if it's someone is starting to see it as a sense of justice and truth, and coming out of like feeling bound, and going with the natural law and order and harmony in oneself. And I feel they see that as like, thanks for the advertising type of thing, even if it's bad advertising. Thanks for the advertising, because it was still known. It was still B, it still got attention, you know? So I feel like this gossip, in a sense, it's going, you see how it reveals itself for what it is. Even with other people, okay, and what they choose to do about it or believe, okay, and that shows you those people's levels. And so honestly, you use the gossip to help you understand other specific people's levels and how much boundaries is going to be between you and them. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Okay. And then literally you take all the power away from the gossiping. Oh, that's too good. That's why there's an ace of truths behind it. And like full blown, you go into self-expression about yourself on a more uplifting level. I want to say positive, but at the same time, it's not like a fake positive, you know? It's an uplifting level. Like you're not being egotistical about it, but you're being uplifting with yourself about these things because you know what you had to go through. You know what you had to what you teared out. You know what, you know, and so you're just honoring in your own reality your what do you say? Throne. Okay. I think it's like it's no longer feeling that ego. Oh, that's a flip side of ego. The ego, like, oh, I don't deserve that. Someone else deserves that. But at the same time, everyone has their own throne in their own reality, and you're allowed to have your own throne in your own reality and run your own reality the way you want to. It's just compromising with other people about things, and you can say no and you can say yes. It's your reality. Shit, you the boss in your own reality. I mean, that's why there's boundaries. That's why you put distance with people that pull you down. This is why Unicorn have went homeless about 3 times. Because Unicorn put distance between herself and people that tore her down. Yes. And told her she was worthless. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's not because I was on drugs. No. Apparently, that wants to be gossip. But topsy-turvy. Change in point of views. Before I get into my whole closet. Also, I'm not afraid of my closet. I'm more of afraid of the people that are afraid of my closet. That I'm a little bit afraid of. Let's see, what else are we going to do in this? Because I don't feel those need to be clarified. We have the Black Mirror deck, but at the same time, I have 2 more decks coming. I have a love card deck coming, and it's really cool because it does have the twin flames. It has the runner, it has the chaser, it has the engagement, it has marriage. So it specifies certain things that I don't have actually the ability to specify right now unless I made them. But pretty sure I ran out of note cards. All right. So I'm guessing I keep looking at this deck. Magic. Oh, I feel like there's a point of view change relating to their understanding in magic and patience and the magic of patience. That is interesting. Okay. Regeneration of unsticking yourself. being grounded with oneself and doing a 180 decision towards joy, going towards joy, okay? Creating the impossible to happen, this opening, this gateway here, and towards a lot of passion, tendency in passion. I feel that has a lot of expression in it, overwhelming energy, but clarity in building. Geez, I struggle these all the time. Crafts, clarity in the crafts, and one building the clarity in the craft, and trying something new, relating to building, and with clarity and irreversible change and inner transformation, clarity relating to inner transformation, unexpected events, and stabilizing a connection. So yeah, that's communication right there. Abundance and there's going to be an abundance of resources. Someone's going to be very abundant and resourceful. They're seeing how they have a bunch of resources, helping them towards joy, then here and now, and being able to come out of tribulation and going into their dream. Seeing the solution relating to adversary and humility. Humility with the adversary, there's a solution in this, and purifying the mystery in love. Wow, this is some Hello music. Hello movement. That is exactly what I was trying to say, and I said Hello music. All right. Nourishing, having the strength to nourish and no longer repel, and believing and preserving the patience in the courage, in the magic of the subduing here. Okay. Looks like there's definitely going to be a connection that is going to be purified. There's going to be a purification of the revealing and regeneration of the seed in this. There's a lot of joy, a lot of fiery passion. There's a need to have to be resourceful. There's going to be a lot of building in new ways. There's going to be a lot of strength and nourishing to repel the adversary and energy and humility energy. That could be a lot of the gossip that I was seeing. Let's see here. Yep, there's an unexpected event relating to something that was worth the patience. Your patience will be rewarded. With involving, relating to this specific connection. And having the courage to preserve it and stand up for it. Wealth. There's a regeneration and victory with wealth, and enjoyment in family. Wow, okay. So it looks like someone's walking away from a karmic dynamic to their 10 of Cups. That's exactly what I see. Journey. Avoiding the risk of regret. There's an energy of possibly overanalyzing something, analyzing certain worries, involving it not lasting. I don't see that. Okay. Acceptance and trust, determination and self-assurance, making a daring decision towards this vision. So that regret is being dilly-daddled out of there. Okay. Confidence over vengeful energies with the enemy, resourcefulness relating to hasty, vengeful energies, and a clarity in this. But I feel there's a lot of protection going on. Home turf, letting go of an old home. Someone's moving like straight up. Knowledge, surprise, and knowledge, and a close to success relating to the adversary, perseverance over the adversary, and humility, and like a surprise in some sort of aspect of humiliation, but seeing the solution. This is all clarifying knowledge in all of this, and seeing a solution, having solution to all of this. Okay, I'm glad I saw that. Healing, Three of Swords, I see. Healing the Three of Swords, purifying one's heart, and staying close to what they love. Sending a message to a friend about progress, about excitement, possibly about the doing better, a change, wanting to express a change, choices in turmoil, patience through turmoil, choices in the magic and patience through turmoil, a balancing out in the different in difficulties, preserving courage through the preserving the courage through difficulties, and towards that's what I was thinking, an emotional conversation, the healing emotional conversation, and staying close. This is like a reunion to create and be a family, but through slow process here. Okay, there's a lot of things that's going to be expressed before any more steps get taken, because I feel both wants to go down this way, but there's so much under the rug. I feel someone's going to rip that rug open and say, okay, this is all the dirt that's here, and what do you want to do after this? What do you want to where should we do, what should we do after this? And I feel like these two specific people are going to go in their courage and venture and journey and joy and family, and regenerating finances, strength, yes, in the connection, stabilizing the connection, stabilizing strength in this connection. Or there is a confirmation in these people because of the strength of the connection and how it was stabilized, even though there was everything in the world trying to break it, cut it apart, and it just was still there. Okay, well, I think I'm done now. It's like, all right. All right. Vision. That definitely fits with this. An illumination of new hope. See, yeah, and worthiness. Both of them are jumping into their worthiness in their vision to sustain the connection. And it's like both of them feel they are each other's heaven in a way. And like they feel like they could be in a huge like gunfight with them two back to back and 10 people around them, and they just have this knowing in each other that nothing's going to stop them. It's like they make themselves bulletproof with when they allow themselves to come together with each other and know that they're worthy of this and know that they can heal through everything and anything. That's even anything that comes in the future, tribulation, and still getting through and creating the dream. Understanding the tribulations at a different level. I feel that's why there's this illumination and new hope. Why there's hope there, because of the worthiness and because of the healing that has already been done. It literally birthed a flower of hope with the watering of these visions or thoughts that these people would have without even trying. Like they're just in each other's minds. I mean, it's not like it's being purposely done. Honestly, I feel what was purposely being done was both of them trying to push each other away. What was purposely being done. Now, what was not purposely being done was a connection being built. That was not on purpose. I feel like that was caught by surprise type of thing. Like caught off guard by both of them. And I feel like the one that has been in the feminine energy the most, then a masculine energy went through a lot of emotional dark night of the souls over it, because it was an element of a forbidden type of thing. And so they just felt that this is not allowed. Why is this even happening? And this is not right. Am I sick? And then I feel the masculine kind of had that view because of possibly the masculine energies that were in commitment. Okay. I am in a commitment. I've made these commitments. I should have these feelings with the commitments I have. I feel like that's what the masculine energies went through. Even if you're a feminine and you're a masculine energy and you're with someone that was in a male that was in more of a feminine energy, they're probably the nurturer, the home and kids and stuff, while you went out and worked. So that's how it really kind of plays, whether you're a feminine energy or we're in a masculine energy, or which dynamic you play when it comes to your forever person. Karmic dynamics, whatever it is you're going through, work. Soulmates. This is why I say soulmates when it comes to those people, because usually they're healthy people, but they're usually like a friend or an acquaintance. Okay. A friend's usually like a strong, like a soulmate energy. They were just destined to be in your life. That's just how I see a soulmate. And how I see forever person, there's a specific person. I feel that when you meet them in that specific lifetime, it's like you feel like you know them, but like you don't know them. And I feel once that ignition happens, it could happen. Some people it happened on a 3D level. Some people it happened in a 5D level. And when that ignition happens, I feel that there's a lot of upheaval that happens, triggering, healing. A lot of turmoil happens to bring a lot of turbulation starts happening to bring a lot of this into illumination, and to bring you into this new hope, because of what was already built was not on a firm, strong foundation. It was maybe on a rocky one, or one that without knowledge of everything else. And so it was a soulmate energy or soulmate karmic dynamic, because it probably was already a soulmate first, And then it just grew into a karmic dynamic. Because I feel that if you were together for a long time, there had to have been some kind of love there, So that's a soulmate energy. It may not have been that twin flame energy or whatnot, but it was a commitment that was made. And there was love there. It had to be, because how else would there be a commitment made? There had to have been something, whether it be whatever you didn't think it'd be in your situation. And so, yeah, I'm just going to move on now. I didn't even get these cards. That's what I'm doing. I get into a whole tangent and I think I forget my point. Sometimes I do forget my point and then I come back to it. Sometimes I can't catch it right at the last minute. And that one, it just kept going. And I just didn't know where the end was. Woodpecker. To me, it just reminds me of like someone knocking on someone's door. Eagle. Huh, that's cool. All right. Vision. Number 16. Heaven is where you find it. The question is no longer how did we get here and why, but where do we go and how? We are placed on the path of life to experience, interact with, and be challenged by its dangers. Paradise is not a place, but a state of mind. We must heed the advice to stop and smell the roses, for it is possible that in our fervor to search for the elusive, we sacrifice our garden for one tree. It is not so much in what you see, but in the way in which you see it. Are you flying above your life, unaware of your true reality? The feathers you hold are not your own. They are a gift that must be returned one day. Like the dream catcher and the medicine wheel, they hold change. New colors become brilliant and luminous as you journey, and you wear the feather of distinction, the mark of a seasoned, soulful traveler. Your hands reach out to hold back illusion. Heaven is before you. Your dreams are coming true, or your wishes are coming true. You enter this world with a birth cry, announcing your arrival. Then you spend the rest of this life with questions in search of answers. Where did I come from? Where am I going? Every sunrise illuminates where you have been, where you are, and the infinite possibilities before you. The earth is throbbing like a drum. A baby is born. Joy is born. Liquid melodies linger over the still water of a pond, echoing the faint voices of women and the great mother in unison. Little one, you are blessed in beauty and light. May you be a newborn in many seasons of your life. Visit this deep blue pond often. It represents your emotions. What do you see? Can you name the emotion that pains you? Dive deeply into its phantom reflection and soothe your spirit. Your light is there, just on the other side of the shadow. Speak of it. In Woodpecker 38. I am Woodpecker, the rhythm of the ancients, and the heartbeat of the earth. I am drummer. I am the percussion of life. I am the one who digs deep and finds the secrets hidden within. I am in tune with the world and allow my echoes to lead me to the hearts of others. I can dread up those things forgotten. I can call out that which hides. Know that everything has a time, a beat of its own. Know that there are always more layers beneath the surface. I have come to change the pace and alert you to something new on the horizon. Align yourself now with what needs to be rather than what has fallen out of sync. Look to where your heart pulls you and let it play out. Find the new beat of your life. There is great power in realignment. You are captivating sound. You are the energy of vibration. You are connection. You are Woodpecker. And number 25, Parrot. I am Parrot, the fierceness of color and the flash of life. I am the climax of magical color and the blending of light and shadow. I am the bridge of communication. I will mimic you, teach you the proper use of integration and expression. I am the power of words and the effects of speech. I can learn your voice with as much ease as you can learn mine. Words are portals in time, framing the evolution of verbal magic. We are no There are no barriers except those created by humanity. We are all different colors of the same spectrum. This may be a time to clear your throat and let your voice sing out. I am flamboyant and dazzling. I want to be seen. I yearn to be heard. It is time to break down the walls and explore the vastness of your own brightness. Integrate everything you hear around you. You are dazzling. You are expressive. You are free spirited, and you are parrot. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sharing, you never know who else that will see this, and it might be able to help them as well. And I am Oracle Unicorn, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Goodbye, y'all.